Sorry, Frank.
What's up, guys? Aussie Sim commentator here. How yous doing? Obviously I still can't English. We're here for round number 2 of Output Racing League, live from the Talladega Super Speedway. As we can see, there are already some cars out on track. It should be a fantastic race. 70 laps around this man-made hell. Looks like we've got a couple of guys just sitting there in the pits, couple on track. And very shortly, we're going to go join them on track. We're actually going to be a part of a pit party. which is everyone's going to go out on track and just simulate a race, and that is the best way that I can show you guys what it is like running this track. So we're just going to get that going in just a second. At the moment it seems like I'm going to be the only one in commentary again today, but maybe we'll just have to wait and see. Just got to close the door because my partner's in cleaning mood, playing some music, and I don't want to get copyright striked. Alrighty, let's get ready to get into this. Let's just let everyone know that it's time for the pit party. Alrighty boys, come to the pits, broadcast pit party. Come to the pits, broadcast pit party.
Oh, really?
Alrighty, let's get this pit party going. We're going to line up behind Jaron, league owner and operator. Dalton just giving us a little bit of a tap there. Oh, Jaron not wanting to be the leader.
Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Car inside.
Look at everyone already.
Still on the left.
So many people here.
Clear inside.
As you can see, practice times mean nothing here because it's all about that draft and making sure you're in the pack. Looks like we're going to have Dalton, no, it is Dylan. We're going to have Dylan following us. I want to be the guy in front.
Car outside. Clear outside.
Alright, let's just hook up with Frank here.
Slow car ahead. Slow car ahead. Slow car ahead. Slow car on bottom. Car inside. Clear inside.
Alright, just gotta turn chat on for a sec.
I think we're good. Pace
Car
cars off.
inside.
I'm going to roll up here to 65.
Left.
We just gotta listen for it.
All right, going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Still on the left.
Alright, we'll mute the mic again now as we go off on these laps to show you guys how to run this track. It's all about staying in the draft. You want to get close to the other cars but not too close. Like Dylan is there trying to side draft off of me.
Clear inside.
There's Dalton coming up in front. It's all about trusting the guys around you to do the right thing. Oh, they're wrecking already.
Outside.
That's why sometimes the outside is a very bad choice.
Car outside. Still on the right. Still on your right. Still there. Car outside. One car there. Still on your right. Still there. 6.451. Hold your line now. outside. Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Still on the right.
Everyone's dropping to the back.
Still on the right. Two on your right. Car outside. One car there. One each side.
Spun him out. I didn't mean to do that.
Still on the right.
Now I'm the leader at the bottom line.
1.921. Still on the right.
So it's very hard to distinguish which line is the better line to run. If you want to run the low line, you're not going to go anywhere, but you have all the chance in the world of avoiding the wrecks, especially with having so much runoff on the bottom there.
One car there. Still on the right.
If you run high, you know, you run the risk of getting involved in the big crashes. But it's also the faster line to run when you're in a draft pack like this.
Still on the right. Still on the right. Still on the right.
When we get to the back straight, we're going to go check in with the back of the pack.
2.165. Clear outside. Car outside.
There's Jaron there on our outside.
Still on the right. Two on your right. Car outside. One car there. Clear outside.
And see, lap cars will also be an issue as well coming into the race. It's all about where they position themselves when the leading pack is coming up to them. See, Dalton made sure that I was aware that he was pitting there.
Clear inside.
That's another very important thing. And when you do go for green flag pit stops here, you want to make sure you pit with a crowd, so that way you're not left all alone when you come back out of the pits again. Let's see if we can't get onto the back of Jonathan here and try and push our way back to the leading guys.
1.076.
As you can see, you know, the draft is key. bigger group of cars you have, the faster you're going to go. Oh, they're wrecking in front, so now all my trust is in Jonathan to get us through this. Looks like those cars crashed down low. You see Jaren's just up ahead of us there, and he's lost the draft of the guys in front. In fact, he's going to go pull out and go to the pits.
Car outside. Still on the right. Clear outside.
Oh yeah, Jaren's always about to run out of fuel. That's always the thing. You see pit road entry there is a little bit sketchy as well.
Car outside. Still on the right. 2.4.
So another big thing will be wreck avoidance. You want to make sure you can avoid all them wrecks.
Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside.
So I'll let Jonathan know there that I'm pitting in. He acknowledged. Whoa! Got it wrong.
Car outside. Clear outside.
So did he. Alright, anyway guys, that
5.
is Talladega.
Start looking for your sign.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, Smokey. One lap led here is without a doubt a win. It's a minor victory if nothing else. Alrighty, now let's just watch these experts at work. At the moment, it looks like, including myself, we have 20 people in the server. Only 17 of us have laid down laps, so there's 3 out there who have not. Yeah, I missed it by that much. But the pit road here is really difficult to get onto. One thing that I didn't do that I should have is, I tried to gear down way too quickly. With these cars, you really got to shift down when you're in lower revs. If you try slowing down using the gears, you're going to have a bad time. Alrighty guys, I'm going to go quiet for a little bit, and we're just going to watch the sight and sounds of these guys at work. Alrighty guys, I am back. And as you can see, these guys had a good little pack of 3 going there for a good while. And they're also getting onto the pit road quite well. Much better than my attempt. As we look now at the 24 and 25 trucks, that's Ryan Hesgard and Brian Stones. Brian in the Traxxas truck, Ryan in that 24 truck, the S2R truck. Now we're looking at Thomas Harmon and the 52 truck, another teammate of his. That 52 is William Edwards, currently down in 14th. Thomas is on top of the board. Oh! That was a thing. As we go out to the much wider view now. We'll probably start the first couple of laps using these camera angles here to slightly zoomed out cameras, just so we can get the grand scheme of things properly. As you can see, there's a single car up high there. This 2-car tandem, even though it's only 2v1, still a much faster option than just being by yourself, as these guys now peel off into the pits. Oh, on the very limit. Looks like Thomas made it in the pits just fine, but I can't say the same for his teammate there, William. See the 95 there as well. That is, of course, Caleb Finn. I got the 25 with the 18. The 18 being Brian Beach. 25 being Brian Stones. Tommy Bordeaux has now entered the practice session here. So we now have 24 cars and drivers in this practice session, including myself. We're also still waiting on the one and only Justin Bowe to join in on the fun. It looks like he's doing some C fixed at the minute. See, these guys are working quite well together. But just remember, when it comes down to that final lap, there ain't no running with no one. Some people might say they're going to push it, but you got to remember, everyone is out for the win. Oh, contact. Things got a little bit sour there towards the end. And you see people starting to do burnouts and stuff, winding down. Some people wanting to do simulation qualifying runs, as we do only have 2 minutes left in this session. But it looks like for the most part we're just going to have burnouts. As we're going to see there, the 8 car of Frank Isaacson. Just doing a siding lap, getting a feel for things. Oh, and people are using the glitch there. The catapult glitch. Oh, look at that. He's got the airtime. He had a little bit of style. And a good bounce at the end. Bonus points for landing on his wheels. Oh, look at that. Dylan's got the helicopter going. This has very quickly descended into anarchy. As we're in the last 30 seconds now, no one's going to get a lap in. So they're all just having a little bit of fun. Alright, as these cars start coming out on track, we're going to take a quick little break, guys, and when we come back we will be gridding for the start of this race. So we will see you guys very shortly. Alrighty guys, we are back and the cars are now hitting the grid. It's time to go racing. On the front row, starting out of pole, we have Tommy Bordeaux with the 24 of Ryan Hesgaard out of P2. Then next to, behind them, we're going to have Jonathan Hernandez and Brian Beach filling out the second row. Row 3 will see Frank Isaacson, and on his outside will be Nathan Jurgensen. Out of P7 will be the 3 of Jaron, actually no, it's not the 3, it's the 9 of Jaron Hazen, the 38 of Thomas Harmon. Then just behind them, we're going to have the 7 of Dalton Cowden and the 25 of Brian Stones. And just behind them, we're going to have the 13 of Travis Massier, and on his outside is the 52 of William Edwards. Then we're going to have Bradley P. Wilson starting out of 13th, and on his outside, his good buddy and league owner and operator, the 4 of Jaron Sanchez. Out of 15th, we're going to have Matt Burgess, and on his outside will be the 1 of Brandon Bennett. Out of 17th, we're going to have the 31 of Logan Lansford. Thank you. And on his outside will be the 2 of Robert Collins. And just behind them, we're going to have the 20 of Justin Bowe. And on his outside will be Gerald West in the 86. Then starting out 21st, we're going to have Dylan Alt and Jordan Barry, on his outside. Got a lot of cars in this race, 28 registered. Then rounding out the field in 23rd, we're going to have Jared Walker. 24th will be Caleb Finn. 25th will be Jonathan Jabuzik. 26th will be Andrew York. And starting out of the back will be Richard Gouge in the 26 car. Now we're going to have some very long pace laps here. 2 minutes to do a lap around here under caution. 28 cars in this race, 27 to take the grid, the 28th being myself. And it looks like we've got someone else who's missed the grid as well, the 16 of Jonathan Jabuzik. Or Just Basic, sorry. Just Basic. Jonathan Just Basic. Supposed to be starting out of 25th, but it appears he has not made the grid. That's such a cool shot there from the Sunoco sign. Alrighty guys, here we go. Round number 2 of the Output Racing League for 2019. The pace car is in. We start on green, restarts on the leader. Yeah, sorry about that, John. How come you're not on the grid, mate? And we are green flag. We are now racing for round number 2 of the Output Racing League live from the Talladega Super Speedway. Field starts thundering through turns 1 and 2 already. Tommy and Jonathan look like they've got a really good run going there on the low side. See some movers and shakers as everyone's trying to sort themselves out in an early position. 26 cars on the track at the minute. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Racing at Talladega is like playing a game of chess. Alright, Ryan Hasgard has led the first lap there, just edging out Tommy Bordeaux to the line. Oh, you're just Logan Spotter, 10-4, mate. You see Ryan has taken up point on the lead of the bottom line now. On the outside, here comes Brian Beach. Couldn't quite get the lead there coming out of the tri-oval. Everything seems fairly calm at the minute. It would want to be with this race being 70 laps. These drivers wouldn't be wanting to get too aggressive too early, in saying that we're already 3 wide at the front of the pack. Looked like Brian wanted to drop back a little bit, while that car behind him wanted to move up. Now we have Nathan Jurgensen taking up point as the leader. Right on his tail is the 38 of Thomas Harmon. As you can see, there is already plenty of aggression going on as people are trying to find a clean spot to get into, trying to advance their position a little bit. Now this is pack racing at its finest right now. But I am strongly expecting that when it comes time for green flag stops, that's when we're going to start descending into a little bit of anarchy. You see Jaron got all the way up towards the front there and now starting to drop back. 3 wide for 3rd place. Looks like someone thought Jaron was trying to go high to make a move when he really just wanted to drop back a little bit. See, Jaron goes to the outside again so he can start dropping back again. I'm sure he would have preferred being in the lower line so he could just drop down onto the apron along the back straight. And you see, I think that was the 7 of Dalton Cowden there, just slotting himself into the bottom line. You see those 4 trucks on the outside there. Now 5. Making a charge for the lead of this race. Back to 4 again. A lot of people humming and hawing about what they want to do, especially Dalton. Dalton Cowden in the 7. Oh, we got contact! We got a spin! Oh, what am I doing? I'm pressing the wrong thing. Alright, let's see if we can see that crash happen. There it is. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think that might have involved the 12 of Matt Burgess there. And indeed, it did not. Oh, you know what? I know who that one was. That was the 31 of Logan Lansford. It's hard to see who else it was that was involved there. It wasn't the 2, he was at the back the whole time. Whoever it was stayed down on the apron there. And we see all the leaders up here. Now who's going to make pit stops and who's not? That's going to be the big question. Looks like we're going to have pretty much everyone coming in. Looks like Matt Burgess has stayed out. He wants to get leader lap points. Alright, since we're going to have such a long caution here, let's see if we can bring someone up into the voice channel. Hey Logan, this is Corey in the booth. Do you have a copy, man?
Yes sir, I do.
I hate doing this to you, man, but what happened from your perspective there?
From what my spotter was saying is that he came up and got into me a little bit. It was a mishap, racing it. All good.
Did your spotter happen to get the number of that that donkey wagon?
13.
13. Alrighty, thank you very much, man. So that was Travis Massier. Alright, man, who do you got to thank while we got you here in the booth?
Once again, you guys this week for putting these races on. It's so much fun. Kind of sucks to be here at the booth early 2 weeks in a row, but hopefully the rest of this race goes well.
Well, I hope so, man. This is why we give you guys one fast repair, so if you are caught up in an early crash like this, you can get back out there and hopefully get back to it.
Yes sir, thank you.
Alrighty guys, so that was the 31 of Logan Lansford. Let's see now if we can pick up the 13 of Travis. Hey Travis, this is Corey in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I do.
Alright, man. So it looked like you might have gotten a little bit of a bad bump there in the pack and gotten up into Logan. What happened from your perspective?
Do you know what? The spotter didn't say he was there, and I was gonna follow Jaron just on the outside because I've been on the inside for a while, and then he was there, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh no, that's no good, man. And my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Live TV and everything, emotions running high, drivers will say the darndest things.
Sorry about that.
It's all good, man. While we got you up here in the booth, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Oh, my wife for letting me play.
Alright, no worries, man. Thank you very much. And Hopefully you have a better rest of the run to the race.
Thanks.
Alrighty guys, so that was the 13 there of Travis Massia. It's alright, we'll give him that freebie. We'll give him that freebie. Alrighty, it looks like at the moment most people have gone through the pit cycles. We got Nathan Jurgensen up in the lead. Dalton Cowden's going to be starting on his outside. Dylan Alt in third. Justin Bowe up into fourth. And Andrew York up into fifth place. But it's such a shame to see Logan getting taken out like that. Unfortunately, you know, Logan didn't have the best of runs in the first round at Atlanta. That's just going to put a damper on things for him. A lot of people spreading themselves out within the Discord server here. 5 voice channels and some people are taking up some space for themselves. That's perfectly okay. Looks like we are going to have one lap down car in Richard Gouge. We've also got Brandon Bennett in the pits. Oh, actually no, Richard's not going to be a lap down. Those guys must be getting some repairs done. You see Thomas Harmon darting off to the pits again, so is Gerald West and William Edwards. Caleb Finn, Bradley P. Wilson, Jonathan Hernandez, Tommy Bordeaux and Ryan Hesgard all heading to the pits. It could be a plan for them S2R boys to get hooked up. As you can see, the lights are out on the pace car. The leader has lane choice and it looks like he's going to choose that outside lane there. This is actually the first time that we've seen lane choice come into play. I'd love to quickly go ask Nathan what his plan is, but it looks like he is completely muted out of Discord there. So unfortunately we're not going to be able to get that. As you can see, these long pace laps really do take a toll. And it gives us plenty of time to get our interviews in, but it really drags things out as far as the caution goes. Alright, the pace car's going in now. All restarts are on the leader. But if I was Nathan, I'd wait till the green light because I wouldn't want to make a jump and have no one go with you.
Go. Green flag.
There it is, green flag. We're back underway. Round number 2 of Season 1 2019. It looks like Nathan has been hung out to dry up there on the top lane. Dalton with a big run down low. Justin Bowe trying to decide where he's going to go. He's got to make a choice quick, because Dylan Alt was coming to fill that hole down low. Looks like Justin's giving him the big push on the outside there. Will Nathan leave Justin out to dry, or will Nathan try and take Justin with him to the lead of this race? You see that outside lane's getting very organised very quickly here. See, there's a lot of cars at the back there, just falling off the back of this main pack a little bit. They're probably expecting another caution to come out within the near future. But they know as long as they all stay lined up, they always have a chance of catching back up to this lead pack. But looking at Logan, he's already made his way back into the top 10. He was scored as the 9th car across the line there. We've also got two very distinct packs forming. We've got this lead pack, which seems to be pretty uniform, just, you know, guys running side by side. Doesn't look like anyone's trying to be too aggressive. A little bit of bump drafting every now and then on the leading truck of the line. And that encompasses about the first 14 drivers there. Then from 15th on back, we've got this second pack. Currently being headed by Robert Collins. You got 3 of the S2R boys in there. Gerald West, Matt Burgess, Jonathan Hernandez, Tommy Bordeaux, Caleb Finn, Thomas Harmon, Ryan Hesgard, William Edward. And it looks like we've got some problems there for Brandon Bennett, Richard Gouge and Jordan Berry. They're all towards the back there. As we go back to focusing on this lead pack. I'm not sure if Bradley's trying to make a run on the outside there, or whether he was just dropping to the back of this pack. Looks like he was just dropping to the back. Looks like things are going to start getting a little bit interesting here. We've got a top lane coming in now. Looks like that might just be Dylan falling back to the back of the pack. You see someone going onto the apron to do the same thing there. Doing that on the corner is rather risky. I see Dalton still leading the way on the bottom lane here. And that chaser pack is starting to catch back up to the lead pack now. So things could be getting very interesting very quickly, especially if that backpack can catch up. Currently they're about 3 seconds back behind this lead group. 3.5 seconds. You see, things look like they're starting to get a little bit frisky here in the front pack. As we come around to end lap 20, start lap 21, 50 laps to go. Looks like the S2R boys have made their way to the front of that second pack. We'll be able to see what they can do with it very shortly. So currently that second pack is being led by Thomas Harmon. And the lead pack is being held up by Jaron Sanchez right now. The gap's still about 3.5 seconds to that second pack though. But this front pack is starting to get very disorganized. Looks like there's some people that really want to try and get into the lead of this race. And there goes Justin Bowe on the very outside, looking to make a run. He does have help. He's got 4 cars backing him up. He's now only got the 1. Oh, he was almost turned there. Looks like cooler heads have prevailed and they're falling back into the line. Justin was just about turned there by Brian. And that could have gotten very ugly very quickly. It's about 4 seconds now back to the second pack. This leading group is separated by about 1 second. Looks like the leading pack starting to get into formation again. People start making some desperate moves. As you see Justin there diving from high to low because he saw a gap open up. And it's worked out fairly well for him so far. You see Nathan now making a charge to make it 3 wide for the lead. You see the 25 there of Brian Stones has been hung out to dry. But he's still holding on pretty tough there in the middle. Oh, that was close. That was as close to wrecking as you want to get. He forced his way into the nose of Nathan there as Justin forces his way into the lead of the outside line. Justin Bowe taking no prisoners. He wants the lead of this race. And just like that, it's like somebody has scared the cat with a cucumber and the race is on. Justin Bowe scored as the leader on that lap as they come up to a lap car there. That looks like the 26 of Richard Gouge. Now Richard could try and get hooked up with these guys here. I'm not sure how good he's going to get it. See the sparks flying off these trucks as they ever so slightly bottom out on this track. And look at Logan Lansford, involved in that first accident up in the P2. The pusher of the low line. Trying to hold off the fight set by Justin Bowe and Nathan Jurgensen. As we're coming up to another lap car now. I think that is the one of Brandon Bennett. Indeed it is. And there's Justin making a dive down to the low line. Stamping his authority on the lead of this race. Oh, but he gets pushed back up high by Dalton. Dalton says, I'm not having any of that, Mr. Justin Bowe. You can saw dude all the way towards the back, but Justin is still right there in second. Justin says, you ain't going to get rid of me that easily. As we see, things are still getting pretty freaky here. A little bit frisky like a cat on a hot tin roof. Second pack is still about 4 seconds back. But if these guys keep battling the way they are, that second pack could catch up at any moment. These guys have got to be starting to think about green flag stops. As we're coming up with about, how many is that? 41.5 laps to go. You see cars are diving down for green flag pit stops now. Dalton being the first one to blink. Oh, Dylan Old! Looked like Dylan spun a little bit there. He's not the only one who spun. As we go back to our leaders now. Got Nathan Jurgensen. Right behind him is the 9 of Jaron Hazen. Let's have a look out of the back of Nathan's car here. See Jaron Hazen's car a little bit bent up on the front from all the bump drafting he's done. We see Nathan's coming down to the pits now. In fact, the rest of these front guys are. Oh, big lock up there from the 25. Bring it down low, son. Oh, Jaron Hazen's gone as well. Wow. That was nuts. As we now have a new leader to the race, the 52 of William Edwards. Currently in a little bit of no man's land with his teammate Ryan Hesgard being a fair way back. And even Tommy Bordeaux stuck right out behind these guys a long way back. These guys are going to be starting to think about green flag stops too. In fact, here they come now. Pushing the absolute limit of their fuel tanks. Now we just about had disaster there. On that second lap of green flag stops. See William hit his box, hits it just right. Oh, a little bit of a slide through there for Ryan. Tommy getting into it really nice. As you now see Nathan Jurgensen and Bradley P. Wilson. They are now the leaders of this race, I'm 99% sure. And what a lead these two have got. Now all these guys have to do is work together and they will have every chance in the world to win this race. Looks like Nathan's just trying to play a little bit of leapfrog with Bradley there. No, they're going to race it out a little bit. What are you doing, boys? This is ludicrous. Can't get lined up again. Don't make a race of it. It's too early for that. It does indeed, Derek, look like a great race. And Nathan has now slotted behind Bradley. That second pack is coming. These guys are in the lead all out by themselves. Here's the second pack, currently led by Dalton. Thomas Harmon being the main pusher of it. We've also got Matt Burgess, Gerald West, and looks like Jonathan Hernandez is in this pack as well. Right behind them is Logan Lansford, Caleb Finn, Brian Beach, and William Edwards at the very least. And these guys are definitely catching our leaders, Bradley Wilson and Nathan Jurgensen. You see the lap car there trying to slot his way into this pack and gain the draft. Couldn't quite get it done there. Not sure what car that is. You see the second pack has now caught up to the leaders. Dalton's going to take the pack high. This is a byproduct of Nathan and Bradley being side by side for so long there. But now they are a part of this pack that's currently being led by Dalton Cowden. It looks like we've got these guys all lined up in a row. It It looks like in a world of his own we've got the 8 of Frank Isaacson, but he's currently in this pack here. He's hooked up with Jaron Sanchez there, and flying around them, as you can see, is Ryan and William. Jaron's jumped onto that train up high, so has Tommy Bordeaux. So Frank will just have to jump onto the back of them. In fact, Jaron came down too quickly for Tommy there. Tommy's going to have to drop back to the back of this pack. As we go back to looking at our leading pack here. Looks like we've had a couple fall off this pack in the form of Brian Beach and Jonathan Hernandez. So now some of the guys who were unfortunately hard done by those green flag stops will be absolutely hoping for a caution to come out. Alright guys, I'm going to be quiet for a couple of laps. I'm going to leave you with the sights and sounds of what's going on. And I will be back very shortly. Alrighty, we're back, and it looks like things have descended into a little bit of anarchy. We've got a little bit of 2 and 3 wide action going on. And it looks like Nathan Jurgensen, with a push from Logan Lansford, is going to take the lead here. They also had Brian Beach with them, and Brian's going to come down with them. Nathan doesn't want to lead the low line, and here comes Logan take the lead on the bottom side as they go around the lapped car now of Justin Bowe. Justin, who was leading this race just before green flag stops, now 1 lap down. These guys are starting to look very racy indeed. Brian Beach does not look like the most stable of pushers. But hopefully they can get it all sorted out. As Nathan Jurgensen is going to take the lead of this race on the outside line there, with Thomas Harmon giving him the push. Now Thomas pitted with the lap before his teammates, I do believe. And you see there's a race within a race here. So I think somewhere in this pack is the 9 of Jaron Hazen, who is currently scored. There he is. 3rd car on the outside line. He's currently scored as the first car 1 lap down. So if a caution was to come out, he would get his lap back and not Justin Bowe. But it is a very intense battle right now to see who's going to be leading the race when the caution comes out. If a caution comes out when they're on corner entry, it looks like it's going to be the 31 of Logan Lansford leading. But if it comes out somewhere along the straight, then you've got to give it to Nathan Jurgensen in the 33. I'm just going to go have a quick little look at this second pack here. These guys are just all lined up. They're about 11 seconds away from the lead of this race. But they're still just right there. The S2R boys are heading up this pack. Jaron Sanchez is right there now, pushing the one leading the pack, which is going to be the 52 of William Edwards. As we go back to focusing on this lead pack, somehow Brian Beach has taken the lead of that outside line. I'm not sure what happened or where, but Brian Beach is now leading that outside line and in fact led the last lap. I think the inside line must have gotten enough of a run that he could slot himself into the front of that outside line. As now Logan slots himself in the front of the outside line with 3 wide for the lead. We've got Dalton, Nathan and Logan battling it out for the lead there. Brian Beach hits the wall. Brian Beach has just lost all of his momentum, hit the wall just before turn 1. Nathan has reassumed the lead of that outside line. And Dalton Cowden is leading the bottom line. Dalton's in a good position because his pusher is Thomas Harmon, one of the better racers we got. And Nathan's being pushed by the lap down car of Jaron Hazen, looking to get his lap back. Dalton was scored as the leader of that lap there. And this battle for the lead is so intense, I don't even want to look away. As we are on lap 45 of 70 now. So we are well and truly over halfway, as Nathan now slots himself with Jaron Hazen and 9 in front of Dalton Cowden to take the lead of the race. Dalton probably won't be too happy about that because Jaron is a lap down. And Logan Lansford has been left out to dry in that high line there. Logan trying to side draft as much as he can to try and keep pace with these guys while he's got no help. Because the one horrible thing about being in the outside line all by yourself is that you have nobody to help you gain speed or maintain a higher speed. And that's why side drafting can be so important. Looks like the 95 of Caleb Finn has moved into the outside line, trying to offer Logan some assistance. We don't need a Lightning McQueen, we need a Tow Mater. These guys battling it out still fairly hard for the lead of this race. Logan has worked his way all the way back up to third just using side draft. All he's doing with the side draft is just slowing up that inside line ever so slightly by disrupting the air that's going to the spoiler of the cars in front. But for him to work his way back up into that position without anyone pushing him is amazing. Now he'd just be hoping for someone who would come to the outside and offer him some assistance, as we got some cars going back down the pits now for some more green flag stops. We see the 7 of Dalton Cowden and the 77 of Jared Walker in the pits. Some of the guys towards the back of the pack have gone into the pits as well. Logan still battling hard on that outside to maintain position. Was actually scored as the second place driver on that last lap. Now he's going to have some help on the outside there in the form of Bradley P. Wilson. As we've got cars heading to the pits. See a lot of smoke. I think everyone made it through there. As now Bradley P. Wilson has taken the lead of this race. He's going to be drafting with the 9 of Jaron Hazen, who is a lap down. And right behind Bradley is the 95 of Caleb Finn. If a caution was to come out right now, then the person in the best position is actually the 9 of Jaron Hazen. But these guys are all heading into the pits now as well. Looks like they all make it down to pit road speed limit perfectly. As we see the second pack also coming up to take their green flag stops for the second time. Now it's a drag race between Bradley P. Wilson and Caleb Finn to see who's going to be leading when they get back out onto the track. But I don't think that's going to matter too much, because I can hear the pack who have already been in the pits coming up now on their outside. Oh, this is going to be chaos. Looks like everyone made it through that situation safely. As we have one line being led by the 13 of Travis Massia. The other one being led by the 7 of Dalton Cowden. Travis is actually a lap down car here. Well, he's the last car in the lead lap slash first car of 1 lap down. Gerald has something to say about the finish. That's what I'm just being told in the chat right now. Sorry about the silence there, guys. I just had to go for a quick pit stop myself. It looks like we've got Dalton Cowden now leading this race. Right on his hammer, giving him the push, is the 12 of Matt Burgess. Gerald West on the outside. Who's he getting the assistance from there? I'm not sure, they're too fast for me to read the number. The 25 car. And the 25 is the lap down car of Brian Stones. It's looking like things are starting to calm down again a little bit. As I'm being attacked by an angry midget cat. We still have Dalton Cowden in the lead. On the outside is the 86 of Gerald West trying to make a move. Got 3 versus 2, 3 on the inside, 2 on the outside. Which line is going to get the run? Where's everyone else going to slot in? Looks like at the moment they're all going to slot in on the inside. But things are looking fairly steady at the minute. I must applaud these drivers again. We had a really clean race the last time out at Atlanta with a ginormous field. And again, here for Talladega. I mean, you know, 26 cars took the grid. And we've only had 1 caution in the 58 laps that we've started. It's amazing. Thank you guys very much for the nice clean racing. For those of you watching this back. As it looks like we now got Justin Bowe and Dylan Alt trying to make a run on the outside. Justin got into the wall very slightly there. But that didn't deter any of his momentum. He takes the ultra outside line there. And he's a lap down, so this is a desperate move to try and get a lap back. And Dylan Alt also a lap down. Trying to get it back. These guys trying to make the big move around the outside so they can be on the lead lap in case a caution does come out. Taking it 3 wide with the leaders. Gerald West in the middle. Only got 1 car to help him, that is the 25 of Brian Stones, who was also a lap down. Looks like Dylan and Justin have got the move done. They've cut down to the inside and take their laps back. Brian Stones, Gerald West, sitting there in first. Probably a little bit disappointed that the lap cars would cut across him like that. That's just racing here at Talladega. 25 Brian Stones thinking, yes, I'm still in a chance for the lucky dog. As Dylan now cuts out from behind Justin. And that propels Gerald West right to the back of Justin Botello's tail there. Let's go gyro cam inside of Gerald's car as we look at the back of Justin Bowe there. You see they're coming up to the back of some lap cars. This is going to get a little bit dicey. Lap cars go high. Justin and Gerald go low. As now we're going to look out of the back of Gerald's car. There's the 25 of Brian Stones trying to make a run on the outside with Dylan Alt. The lap car's getting the job done. Maybe this was the plan of the lap cars all along. Get into a position of where they can start to like, oh, there was a bad bump there. Brian Stone's got a bad bump from Dylan. I think Dylan tried to push Brian through the corner, and I guess Brian's just not that comfortable with bump drafting in the corner. Dalton Cowden right up there in second place, now finally latching onto the back of Gerald West. Not that they're going to be able to do much about these lap cars who have taken their outside. Dalton and Brian taking it out very wide to try and get in front of these guys. Oh, we got a crash! Oh, the lap cars have taken out the leader, Gerald West there. Oh no! This leaves Dalton Cowden in the lead of the race. Oh no, that is horrific. Gerald West's race there just got absolutely killed by those lap cars. And Justin Bowe got caught up in that as well. Oh, that is terrible. We're gonna have to go back and have a look at that. Just give me a second, guys, while I'm trying to figure this crap out. That's the one that I want. And you see, all is good coming through the corner here. And as we slow it down, Dylan just gets into the left rear of Brian Stones there, which turns Brian down across to the back of Justin Bowe and the front of Gerald West. And yep, that hurts right there. That was definitely a very hard impact. I'm not going to say that that's his chances of winning this race done, because it's not necessarily the case. But for people like Dylan Alt and even Justin Bowe, that could be their race over. After trying so hard to get their lap back. But at the moment, in the lead of this race, we actually have the 12 of Matt Burgess. Obviously, he didn't go in for a pit stop there. We have so many cars a lap down. Just over half the field is a lap down in this race. And there's no lucky dog either, because the lap cars caused the crash. Dylan Alt would have been the lucky dog, but unfortunately, he doesn't get it. Alright, this may be against my better judgment, but let's see if we can try and get Gerald West on the horn here. Hey Gerald, this is Corey in the booth. Do you have a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you, Corey. How you doing, bud?
I'd wager a guess that I'm doing a lot better than you, mate. Talk to me, man. What did you see from your perspective there?
Oh man, first I think we had it in the bag, man. We were running good. Just had to finish in front of Dalton there. I know Dalton was there, but I don't know, man. The lap before that, there was something going on where I think they said net code maybe, but they made some contact. We went down on the apron a little bit, but you know, we didn't wreck. And then that time it was just a little bit too much contact, and we just couldn't hang on to it. So we're gonna take another shot at it, man. I thought I had it in the bag though.
Alright, man, no worries. Who do you got to thank while we got you up here in the booth very quickly?
Hey man, appreciate all the guys that run over here, man. It makes it fun having these guys out here, some clean drivers, and the league, man. Jaron up there, everybody, all the admins for the league, and you in the booth, man. The SRTV network on there.
Alright, no worries. Thank you very much, man, and hopefully you can get back up there and try and get that win.
Hey, we'll see what happens, man. Thanks, Corey.
Alrighty, guys, that was the 86 of Gerald West, unfortunately involved in that incident there. We are also going to have a quick chat, if he's keen, to Dylan Alt. Dylan, if you can get into the Discord, man. We'll have a quick little chat with you. Just jump straight into the top 3 waiting room. I'm not sure that we're going to get Dylan on the horn here, so let's try and get the 20 of Justin Bowe on the line. Justin Bowe, dude, it's Corey up in the booth. How you doing?
Hey man, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So what happened from your perspective there, man?
Talladega have it, man. Tight race up the end, man. Hard racing, and got there on the bottom, and just got clipped in the right rear. Nothing you can do there, unfortunately. Could be anywhere in the record.
Yeah, well, that's it, man. That is the danger of Talladega. All right, man. While we got you up here in the booth, anyone you'd like to thank real quick?
I'd like to thank Sim Design Concepts for making it happen, and I'd like to thank my Twitch channel, JustBow20. Y'all have a great day. Have a great night.
Alright, thank you very much, Justin. Unfortunately, trying to get his lap back there and got caught up in that mess. Hopefully he'll be back again, bigger and stronger for the next race. As you can see, the lights are out on the pace car now. If we've got time, we might see if we can try and get Brian Stones up on the horn. It looks like he's muted out, so we'll leave him be for now. So yeah, an unfortunate circumstance there. Unfortunately, you know, that, as Justin said, that's just Talladega. What we do have now is the entire field closed back up as we get ready for 3 laps to go in this race when they get to the line. This is definitely going to make things interesting. The pace car's in. Matt Burgess has control of the race. The pace quickens. He's gone for an early jump.
Go, go, go. Green flag.
I'm not sure how good of an idea that is. He's gotten a very big gap over the rest of the field, which could be very detrimental, especially if he wants to win this race. Here comes Thomas. He checks up the low line. Here comes Logan on the outside. 2.5 laps to go. Matt's still right there, sitting in about what would be 2nd place. Still battling Logan for the lead. Thomas Harmon's right there as well, giving Matt the push. Just pushed Matt all the way back into the lead. There's the 33 of Nathan Jurgensen on the inside line as well. He's fought his way back up through the field. But what a story it would be if Logan Lansford can make his way back onto the podium after being involved in that first wreck. It looks like Thomas doesn't want to push anymore. Thomas wants to lead. Those come out of 3rd and 4th for the 3rd and 4th turns for the 2nd last time. We're going to come down and get the white flag this time by. White flag's in the air, last lap, last chance to win it or wear it. Thomas Harmon scored as a leader on that lap, but anything can happen. It just takes one bump the wrong way for someone to go around. Side drafting heavily on that inside line is Thomas and Logan. Matt Burgess still right there on the inside line as the leader. Who's going to jump? When are they going to jump? Can they make it? As we come around to the tri-oval for the last time, Logan was trying to make a move on the outside, couldn't get it done, got blocked by Thomas. Oh, we got some action there for 2nd place. Who's going to take it? We got a big wreck at the end. Big wreck at the end. Thomas Harmon wins. Logan Lansford 2nd, Matt Burgess in 3rd. Wow. Whew. Now that was an ending to a Talladega race. Woo-wee. Alrighty guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to get all these guys in the Discord, and when we come back, we're going to talk to the winners. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And we're going to start things off by revealing our hard charger. And our hard charger for this race is also our third place getter, the 12 of Matt Burgess. Matt, those last 3 laps were chaotic.
Yeah, I knew Thomas was out there, and I didn't know if I could hold him off, but man, I had some dry mouth going on those last few laps.
Well, talk to us about the race as a whole. I mean, what was that? Only 2 cautions for the entire race, which for our league is fairly crazy. What was it like doing those long green flag runs and having to make 2 green flag stops?
Well, I started off, kind of moved up towards the front, and then after a little bit, decided to fall back a little bit. Then, after that first caution and we ran that long green flag, I was like, well, we got to kind of stay up towards the front here because it looks like this is going to go green for the rest of the way. And yeah, for the green flag stops, I mean, they worked out fine. I think I pitted both times, same time as Thomas, and I came out behind him or close to it. So everyone just kind of stuck together, and there's a few people that messed up their pit stops, but I had some good ones. So it was just fuel and go.
All right, awesome, man. So let's dive a little bit deeper into those last 3 laps. What propelled you to take such a big jump early on?
Just because Thomas was there. I knew he probably wouldn't expect me to go that quick, and that kind of spreads out the field a little bit to try to limit how many cars will be pushing right behind me right away.
Ah, so you're playing a little bit of the strategy game, but
well, of course you have to on the starts.
but you knew, eventually they would catch up to you, right?
Oh yeah, I knew it. I was kind of hoping Thomas would be behind me because I knew he'd give me a good push, and he did. And then I knew he'd eventually go to the outside if he had a shot, and he did. I was just hoping after that 1 lap to go that we'd be ahead still, and we were a little bit, but he had Logan pushing him, and Logan was pushing him really well.
Yeah, well, Logan is a good pusher, and in fact, it was kind of crazy with the fact that he was in the lead at the start, like right at the start, and got caught up in that first crash, and fought his way back up to finish second, which is quite amazing.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to try to stay out of the wrecks is to save my fast repair just in case there was, get caught up in a late wreck when you're at the front or towards the front. And I managed to do that. Unfortunately, I didn't get, caught up in a late wreck where I could get a fast repair. But I guess I started in the front, for the last charge. So that's all you can hope for.
Yeah, well, that's it, man. Now, while we got you here, is there anyone you'd like to thank for helping you out here today?
Well, I'd like to thank Jaron for putting it on the league. You guys in the broadcast booth always do a good job. I go back and watch the broadcast just to see how everything went and check how everyone else did because you're in your own little race there for a while and you got the cars just in front and back. And then congratulations to Thomas for the win.
All right, no worries. Thank you very much, Matt, and good luck in next week's round.
All right, thank you.
Alrighty, guys. So that was the 12 of Matt Burgess taking out the hard charger and finishing in second. Next up is a guy that needs almost no introduction because we've already talked to him once today. It's the 31 of Logan Lansford. Logan, man, caught up in that first crash, fought your way back to finish in P2. How do you feel?
It was a drive. You might want to check your hard charger award. Just let me. But it was fun. It was hard. Definitely watching everyone. I was praying for that caution whenever me and Jaron. I picked up a speeding penalty on that last pit stop, and definitely my heart sank a little bit. But that penalty lasted just long enough for me to get with Jaron, and Jaron kind of dragged me around the race. And then that caution came out, and I knew the only option I had was to stay out. I couldn't pit to make up for all the ground that I had lost that night. And Thomas jumped out just in time because I was going to run out of fuel before the end of that race. And Thomas jumped up, and I was content with standing there and just pushing him the rest of the way. And everything just turned out perfect.
Nice, man, nice. And there is a reason why you didn't win the hard charger. Because even though you did lay down a qualifying lap, I deemed it to be too far gone for it to count as a legitimate lap.
Oh,
Did you sandbag your lap a little bit?
I wanted to start in the back just because it's Talladega to begin with, and it's kind of hard to sit here. But I still got caught up in the wreck anyway, so it happened.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, sandbagged laps don't count. I'm sorry to break your heart, but it's the rule that I had to introduce for this season just because there was fast guys like Thomas not laying down a legitimate lap and, going in and dominating.
Yeah, the big thing was stay out of the wrecks, and I still ended up getting caught in it, but to come back from it was I'm happy.
Well, that's it at the end of the day, man. You were involved in a wreck and you came back to finish P2, which is an amazing, amazing feat. But that long green flag run where you had to make the 2 green flag stops must have helped you immensely.
They did, because I was on a different fuel run than most of those guys, because I was able to kind of sit in the back and just follow people around. I saved a lot of fuel that way, and whenever I seen Thomas and I think it was Justin or all them dive in on that last pit stop right before everything went wrong, I sped through the pits and almost took a unsafe pit entrance, whatever it is, where you jump off the right side. And I got lucky.
Well, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. Motorsport is more of a luck sport than it is a skill sport, don't you think?
Yes, sir, it is.
Alrighty, man. Well, we got you up here. Let's hear who you got to thank again. And you can be a little bit more long-winded about it this time.
All right, so again, I'm going to thank you guys and Jaron for putting on the show every week here at Output Racing. It's fun. I mean, I didn't know what sponsor was going to come on board this week, so I made my own, and I put Talladega Nights on it just for the fun of it, and it turned out to pretty much be a dream show tonight, I guess.
Oh man, that is absolutely epic. So again, congratulations on your P2, man. It was well deserved. Sorry I had to put the sandbagging rule on you for the hard charger, but unfortunately that is the rule that we live by for this season.
All good. I ain't worried about it.
Alright, well thank you very much, man.
Alright. Yep, thank you. Have a good one.
You too, man. Alrighty guys, so that was the 31 of Logan Lansford. Came in P2 there. And now is time for a man that needs absolutely no introduction. But I have to give him one anyway because you guys can't see the fact that I dragged him into the chat. It is the 38 of Thomas Harmon.
I'm back.
Welcome back, baby. Yes. Back to having you in the podium, and not just in the podium, but on the top step. How you feeling, man?
Pretty good. That took a lot of work to get there. Finished third in the DRO race earlier tonight, and then come here and get a win, and good night overall.
Oh yeah, that does sound like a very good night overall. So let's have a chat about those last 3 laps there. Matt was trying to outfox you a little bit by trying to get that little bit of an earlier jump, and it appeared to work to begin with, and you followed him behind him and gave him a push. What happened from there?
From there, I saw the 31. I don't know who was behind him, and they got to our outside, and then I saw Nathan coming, and Nathan fortunately dropped in to follow me and Matt, and then once I got out in front of those 2 guys on the outside, I'm like, well, I got to go now, otherwise I'm not going to get a shot. And so I moved up, and Logan pushed the crap out of me for those final couple laps, and then I thought I was going to lose it in turn 3 on that last lap because he kept bumping me, and finally it started to break it loose, but it held, and I managed to keep it for the win.
Well, that's awesome. Now, let's talk about, coming through the tri-oval there to take the checkered flag. Could you see what was going on behind you and the mess that unfolded?
Yeah, I saw pretty good in the mirror because I wasn't looking out front of the truck at all.
Well, when it comes to coming to the line at Talladega, I think in front of you is probably the last place you want to look, isn't it?
Yeah, I knew 31 wanted to get by, and I saw him moving up, so I moved up to block him, and I told him when we were in the waiting room there that if he wanted by me, he was going to have to move me because I wasn't going to give it to him.
Oh, wise words. Very wise words there. Alright, Thomas, while we got you up here in the booth, anyone you'd like to thank? I mean, we noticed that you had your teammates out there today as well.
Yeah, they joined for this race. Hopefully they stick around. Shout out to them for helping me and working with me throughout the race. And then Jaron for putting together the league, and you for broadcasting.
And also, we got a message in the chat here from Billman1975 saying, "Nice win, Thomas, and good race to all." So, yeah.
Yep. So that's Bill.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for your time, Thomas. Congratulations on your win here at Talladega. And I just want to know something very quickly.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the road course and for Eldora?
Not at all, actually. I'm not exactly a road course guru, and well, you saw me in the dirt the last time.
You know what? I was actually hoping that was going to be your answer because it's going to make things very interesting when we go to them.
Yeah, well.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for your time, Thomas. Absolutely awesome race. Congratulations again.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, guys, so that was the 38 of Thomas Harmon there. Finally getting another win. Now, just before we end this broadcast, we're going to bring in Jaron Sanchez to have a quick little chat. Jaron, man, the league has stepped up another notch again. And I remember last season's race that we had here. It was absolute caution fest.
Yeah, man, this race was a lot of fun. I mean, the caution at the end saved a lot of people, but it was so much fun to get the field spread out and let the strategy really come into play right there. But yeah, definitely a nice clean race. You know, before the race started, I kind of just try to make sure everyone's settled down and ready to go. 70 laps. You know, I reminded everybody, you know, caution laps are about 5 minutes here, and they can take a long time if we get into each other. So we took care of each other out there, and we raced hard still, but you know, got it done.
And it really also speaks to the level of skill and professionalism that we've got in the league now. I mean, if we compare this to last year's race, as I said, last year was such a caution fest, and you know, it was a shorter race. And this season, you know, the guys have just knocked it out of the park completely. You know, as you said, they were looking out for one another, and there was a little bit of sketchiness, but you know, they all handled it really well.
Oh yeah, we're starting to attract a lot of fast guys, but we focus on the fun part of it and want to make sure everyone's having fun. You know, there's some leagues out there that are just super serious, and we want to kind of make this. We want it to be a real competitive league, but we want to take a serious level down a notch. We want everyone to come here, have a good time, put on a good show, and run some clean, hard racing. And that's really what I focus on here. And I think it's really showing, and it's really, you know, coming to where it's supposed to be.
And you know, that's why I'm glad that, you know, we have this association with you guys in this league, because you know, this league is as fun to watch as it must be to participate in. And I have done a couple of races with you guys, both pre-season races and the last race of your very first season, and I gotta say, man, I had a blast.
Oh yeah, I wish you were down here racing with us.
Except for my super sketchy drafting skills.
Yeah, it's all right. That's the thing, is that we got people that are in here fast, and we got people in here that are still trying to, you know, they got some good skills, but they're wanting to sharpen their skills. You know, there's a lot to learn from some of these guys in here, and you come in here and you just you know, you get better. You just practice and run with us, and you get better.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it at the end of the day, and it's all about trying to cultivate and develop that talent so we can have guys go on and do great things.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you very much for your time, Jaron. Is there anyone you'd like to thank while we got you in here?
Of course, I'd like to thank you guys in the booth doing the broadcast. You guys do a good job, and my wife, she's watching right now, so I thank her for cheering me on. And, you know, thanks for all the drivers coming out here and running with us, and my daughter, who's sleeping in the room next to me.
Alright, well, thank you very much again, Jaron. And where did you end up finishing? Oh, you finished 5th. Nice, man.
Yeah. I was kind of wrecking across the line and Jonathan on accident a little bit. I didn't need to get into him like that, but I think I got spooked going across the line, so I got into him a little bit, but came home 5th. Pretty good.
Well, congratulations on your P5.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty guys, so this will now end the broadcast. Thank you all for coming out. It's been an amazing race, and we had a lot of good people racing today, and that definitely showed for sure. The next race we're going to is going to be the Bristol Motor Speedway. So we're going from the biggest track on the schedule to one of the smallest.
That's right.
So it's going to be a little bit of fun. Thomas will definitely be one of the faster guys there because he absolutely loves Bristol. So make sure you guys tune in for some short track action. I'm Corey for the Aussie Sim Commentator, and on behalf of myself, Jaron, and the rest of the Output Racing League, we'd like to thank you for coming and watching. Don't forget, if you guys are still watching there on the YouTube, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like. The more recognition we can get through you guys on YouTube, the more chance that we're going to have some more people watching our races in the future. Alright, so we'll see you guys next week. I hope you have a good week, and for now, it is goodbye.